Jim, I guess, you've been here for 5 years, and this offensive line, I know there's been times because of injuries or just, guys you've had to mix and match and just try to get the best five guys in there, but that hasn't seemed to be a big, you found your five guys, they've been able to pretty much stick together. What's been able to happen for that to occur, and that's got to be a nice thing to be able to see.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a really nice job. They, spent a tremendous amount of time in preparation. I think because going into this year, there's only two of them that had started a game before, three if you count Austin Trafficking. They've really relied on each other, and they're kind of going through the experience together. So they probably communicate more than what maybe guys in the past have done. So, I'm really pleased with the progress so far, and like I tell them each week, it's one thing to do it, in 1 week and then week two, but in order for us to get what we want out of this season, they got to continue to get better each year.
And have they done that? I know we're just 2 games into this season, but have they done that? I mean, to put the numbers up you guys did against Nebraska was impressive, and I know Idaho wasn't. No disrespect to them, they weren't Nebraska. So have you seen that from this group, at least through the first 2 games?
Yeah, they eliminated their mental errors. We had less mental errors in the front from the Nebraska game to the Idaho game. There's still obviously things that we need to improve upon. Had a couple penalties again, which we're trying to eliminate that up front, but they did minimize the mental errors, which was good to see.
Talking to both Tyler and Jake, that it was like they said they did a lot of work on their own. Granted, there's only so much time you guys can have with them as coaches, but whether it's been, getting to know each other, hanging out, or weight room, or watching film, or things like that, does it seem like this group's taken it upon themselves to maybe put in even more work than maybe other groups have, at least on their own?
Yeah, we have the NCAA regulated time, but the nice thing that they've done is they still get together every Thursday night on their own. Nothing that I've organized, and that's important to them. They can continue to do that, and then really I think what sped along the process, especially for Albert, is those 2 guys, specifically Tyler and Jake, really brought him along in camp, and at first it was a little bit of not an issue, but just communication. Albert really didn't talk very much, but now he feels more comfortable, and I think that, and I'm hoping that as they continue to be around each other, that will continue to develop, communication and things like that even more so as the year goes on.
Sure. Jim, has anything changed for you? I know this offense maybe isn't that much different, but it's certainly faster. We all know about that. Has anything changed for you with the way you've coached these guys as far as techniques or things or that, or has it been mostly a lot of the same things have you changed anything, I guess, as a coach with them?
I think the one thing that we've concentrated on this year was becoming more simple, becoming more thorough in how, on this particular play, here's every look we're going to get. We're going to get good at this play, and then once we find, I don't want to say master, but once we feel that we've gotten that down, then we'll start introducing stuff. And I think that our installation in camp was a little bit different than what we've done in the past, where we had these grand ideas to do all these different schemes, but Coach C really put the brakes on that, and we didn't get our base stuff down at the beginning of camp, so he said absolutely no more installation. Let's get good at what we do, and I think that, especially the inexperience up front, I think that really helped the offensive line, because they feel real comfortable with what we have in, and they play really fast because they've seen just about every look that they can see to those few schemes that we have.
Sure. Last week I saw Chase in there a little bit at guard. I know Rafe came in there, also played a little center. You mentioned Austin, who's played and started games. I know we talk a lot of how you'd like to always have be 2 deep across the board, but as we sit here now, how comfortable do you feel like there is a true 2 deep in this offensive line now, or is there a number that you feel pretty comfortable with of guys that are ready to play right now?
We would, if we had to, we could play 9 guys right now. We have Nathan Ledeke went in last week as well, and he did a nice job. It was towards the end of the game. Austin went in. You mentioned Rafe and Chase, and so we actually had Josh Teeter went in as a walk-on kid here from Laramie that played in the last 2 series. So, I feel comfortable with probably 9 guys. If one of those front 5 got injured, there's probably only one position that we'd have to flip on.
Right, and haven't been anywhere close to 9.
Now those guys got to continue to, develop. Like I got on them at practice last week because I just I just felt that they were being complacent, like, hey, we're at 2, so that's okay, and I kind of challenged them, and the nice thing is they responded on Saturday afternoon.